In this week's Face-to-Face, we've invited Steve Leavitt, General Manager of U.S. Cloud Solutions at Exact Online, to talk about technology in manufacturing.
Steve, how is technology playing an increasing role in manufacturing success?
That's a great question, and I think there's a couple of different ways that it can be answered, but in the end, I think all of those different ways are going to lead you back to one thing, and it comes down to the information. And especially in some of these smaller companies, say up to 50 employees, where they haven't fully embraced technology yet, there's a couple of different barriers of entry that exist there. So one is the perception of cost, and two, just the sheer awareness of what products are available to help them kind of run their business more efficiently. But I think if we take it up a level, manufacturers of all sizes struggle or put their concerns into three main buckets. First would be financial. So how do they grow their revenues? How do they better manage their cash flow? How are they able to improve their profit margins? The next bucket would be more on the operational level. So now it's about, how do I inject efficiency into my sales process? How do I enable my employees to become more productive? And ultimately what it comes down to is, how do I improve upon my on-time delivery of orders? And I think the third bucket would be more business or market related. So now it's about, how do I get more? How do I attract new customers? How do I compete more effectively? How am I able to better manage my quoting process so I know that when I deliver a bid on a job, it's going to go out in a profitable way, but also something that's going to be delivered in a time frame that makes sense for both you as the manufacturer as well as me as the consumer. And I think the cloud has really helped with this quite a bit. So the cloud has helped technology companies like Exact to bring robust capability to some of these manufacturers, but do it in a much more cost-effective way. So by creating an alignment between the business processes and the financial information, we give the business ownership or the business management the ability to have a single view into all the information they need to now collaborate with their trusted business advisors or their accountants, and they can now work off of real-time data. So they can not only make better business decisions off of that data, but they can do it from any time, anywhere, from any device. So you get an injection of efficiency in how the business is run. And if we take a step back for a minute and imagine if you're a small business owner, so you're a small manufacturer and you just put the right piece of technology in place. And as a result, you have a historical view of who's buying from you, what they typically buy, at what price point they buy it, and what time of year they're buying it. And with this, you're also gaining visibility into the capacity of your shop floor. So as an order comes in, can my shop handle this order and get it out in time or in a reasonable amount of time so that the customer is happy and I'm able to do it without putting too much strain on my resource? If you take it down a level and you look at it from a specific customer perspective, so I know that customer X over the last 5 years, every February has bought 50 items from me. And now we're sitting here, it's February 19th, and I haven't received that order. Technology enables you now to be proactive in reaching out to that customer confidently, knowing that you have the raw materials to produce that order, and you can do it in a time frame that makes sense, so you're able to preserve the long-term value of that relationship while at the same time keeping an eye on the short term, which is hopefully getting that order in the month of February. And I think, what if, right? I love what if scenarios, but what if we were able to, by way of technology, inject more time back into your life? You could use that time to invest in the business, to acquire new customers, or perhaps you could use that time to attend more school events for your children, or dive into that hobby that you've always wanted to investigate, or take that much needed and well-deserved vacation that you've always thought about. What technology allows you to do is to do all these things that are important to you, but do it comfortably, knowing that you have visibility into the business and that the business is operating at the level of efficiency that you would expect from anywhere, at any time, and from any device. So I think these are just a few examples that represent the tip of the iceberg as to how technology is going to be impactful to manufacturing in the coming years. But in the end, like I said before, it's really about the information. So it's how do you aggregate information, view information, and ultimately leverage that information. And the technology in that case now becomes the enabler for manufacturers to now go and do this.
Thanks, Steve.